Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Living World of Darkness Street Magic, where we find ourselves in, I believe it's in Manhattan, in southern Manhattan, in a small diner, just outside of sort of the popular commercial and tourist areas, where walking in to this diner are the two ecstatics, Violet, who is more kind of energetic and just more animated than she has been for a while. She's being encouraged to be more emotional. And Naomi, who is, even by her own standards, pale, dishevelled, her features are slightly shrunken, and she is shaking slightly as she walks. She is clearly not in the best state. She has probably been saying to Violet, "Look, it's fucking fine," every time Violet asks how she is.
I mean, you told me to express myself. I'm expressing myself with my concern.
Look, don't worry about it, Violet. It's just my shit, okay? It's just a Ken thing.
Okay.
This definitely chalks onto my shit, and we'll deal with Ginger first, and then we'll sort out my shit, okay?
Okay.
And they walk in and they're looking for a cheery blonde woman that they've both met.
And how lucky they are, as they see in the back corner table, currently using her French toast and waffle sticks to build a little house with the fork, is Leanne.
And Naomi will smile weakly and walk over there, leaning on the chairs and tables to help her move.
And I will follow her, even if she's walking very slowly, in the sense that, yeah, no, I'm totally not planning on catching you, if you follow.
It's worth pointing out that though the one thing that is good is Naomi has a new, shiny, and rather nice-looking leather jacket that she's not had before. It really suits her.
As they're making their way, the Executor's phone will begin to start ringing.
She will stop carving out a little window in her French toast and waffle house, and she'll wipe the syrup off on a napkin, and she'll pick up the phone. Hey, what's up?
Oh, hello. Hey, it's George. Are you doing anything right now? I promised you a sightseeing tour. Tripping my car and all that.
Oh, well, remove your echo. Well, like, a couple of friends just came to see me at that diner we met at. Maybe you'd like to show up here.
Oh, sure,
And,
sure. No problem. I'll be there in 5 minutes. And he hangs up.
Great, bye. And she'll hang up as well, and she will turn to Naomi and Violet and grin at them. Hey!
Naomi gives a weak smile. Hey.
Hey!
Can I sit down? I need to talk to you about something.
Yeah, of course. Feel free. And this is a perception empathy on Naomi.
Yeah. Naomi is not hiding that she's in a pretty bad state. Also that no, that's a lie. She's trying to hide she's in a bad state, but not very well. And, but also she feels bad about something that has happened. Guilt. Shockingly. An unusual emotion for Naomi, I know.
May I ask, where's the scene?
A diner in Manhattan.
Okay.
I need. I know you're supposed to be a big, scary fucking executor, but fuck, you're one of us, and we need help because I fucked up.
She suddenly looks fairly concerned. What happened?
You heard about Ginger? The crazy one.
Vaguely, I remember someone talking about her to me. Did something happen?
She's in prison.
Prison?
Public disturbance. She kicked a bitch. A specific bitch. Largely because, fuck it, I told her to. That's my fucking fault. And that's on me.
Is she in prison or is she just in jail?
In jail. The court date's Tuesday, I think.
Oh, wow, I see. Do you have any plans to help her?
I mean, there's a state-sponsored attorney, but not really. This is why I'm asking you, because, like, the last time she was in anything, she ended up in a technocrat construct. A place where they rewired people.
The sound of a sports car of some kind or high-end car can be heard. Just fairly close to the restaurant, and the engine shuts off. It sounds like.
So, I'm wondering, fucking begging, this is my fault and I'll take whatever fucking punishment you want for this. But please let her get out. There's people who can help her with her madness, but she can't go to prison.
You don't have to beg me to save one of our own from the prison, but I'd like to know what you did to make this your fault.
George enters the place. He looks around.
And he sees. I don't think he's ever met Maggie before, and it'll be a.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, has he?
He has met Maggie, but he will. At the first, he'll just see the person he's there to speak. He comes over and just says, "Hey, how you doing? Good to see you again." And then he stops and looks at Naomi.
Fuck.
I'm just going to smile awkwardly. Hi, George.
Hey.
Right after George, like the Luke enters, and I saw your man like you were entering here. Oh, that's Maggie. Oh, that's Naomi. Oh, that's Violet.
Hi, Luke.
George just sits down at the table and just looks at Naomi and just, what? One too many stripes of the powder or what?
What the fuck? Fuck off.
Maggie, who's sitting at the corner of
I don't
the...
have the fucking strength right now. Just give me this fucking conversation.
Maggie, who's sitting at the
Beg your pardon?
corner of the bar for the diner, kind of turns her head. She caught the latter end of the conversation and just kind of stares like at Violet and Naomi, just kind of wondering how.
Does Maggie want to roll perception alertness or perception medicine? Specifically Maggie.
Yeah.
That's exactly what is going on with Naomi right now.
Can I have it at a lower diff, Shelby, considering what Maggie's been through this very same thing?
What are you trying to roll?
Perception and medicine to tell that Naomi is going through withdrawal.
Yeah, you can I will give you an extra dice for it.
I'll drop a willpower on it. And that's 3 successes.
Yeah, you recognize that.
Luke looks at George. George, that was not okay.
Maggie, seeing Naomi's state, she had been pissed. Had been ready to get up and start delivering a very rehearsed rant, and she just kind of looks at Naomi and will sort of make herself known by walking over and looking at Naomi with a brow raised.
Naomi is going to look at Maggie, sigh, and slam her head repeatedly, really hard into the table.
Yeah, that's some good thinking there.
Maggie, like while Maggie's arriving, like Luke nods at Maggie.
Genuinely, my dex roll dice pool to slap George is currently 0.
Maggie will just kind of crouch down beside Naomi and just very quietly ask her, "How many days have you been off?"
What the fuck? No, fuck off.
How many days?
Not your fucking concern. Fuck it, you know what? It's here, needed to do this shit anyway, Maggie. Fuck. I'm genuinely sorry. That's my... Well, no, change that. Kinda not sorry. I'm sorry I made Ginger kick you. That's on me. That's my fucking fault. Doesn't change how I feel about you. Doesn't change that you're fucked up.
Why did you have to use her to go through me? You know where I am if you ever want to come deal with the situation.
Because I don't fucking trust you around her. Because I know what you've fucking done to people. And when you came to apologize to me for it, you did not fucking take responsibility. You blamed Rupert. You blamed Jade. You blamed Tommy. You blamed Ken. You did not fucking blame yourself.
Bullshit! What planet are you living on?
The one where I fucking spoke to you. And you know what? Yes, this is my fucking fault. And I told Ginger to do that. And that was fucked up. And that's on me.
Guys, how about we sit and talk, properly? Come on. Let's just not be rude to each other, please.
Just came to talk to Leanne about one fucking thing.
Luke looks at Leanne and says, "Milady, I apologize. I introduced myself because of the." He kind of shows the people and says, "My name is Luke," and he extends a hand. Shall be your mutant.
Oh, she'll take the hand. It's nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
He seemed to have been slightly preoccupied with watching Naomi and Maggie go on.
Mm-hmm. And Luke looks at Maggie and says, "How about we sit and try to have normal discussion?" And like Luke knows Maggie is trying to have a normal discussion. It's just he's like I know you don't do this, but let's just say it anyway.
Maggie sits down. She'll move into a seat and sit down, looking at the Executor, who she's never seen before. And she'll just offer the Executor kind of a nod.
Luke doesn't know she's an Executor, so he's acting like she's just a normal mage.
So yeah, Leanne. Fuck it, let's do this as a show. I get that this is my fault. I really do.
Alright, so what I'm piecing together from all of this right now, she looks over at Maggie and she sort of like moves a hand over as if to draw attention to her. You didn't trust your friend near her, so what you did was told her to kick her in the head?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then when she did kick her in the head, she got arrested because assault is a crime.
I tried not to press charges on her, but the cops wouldn't listen.
No, you see someone attacking someone else in public, and generally you want to de-escalate and remove the situation from possibly happening again. That works the same for just about everyone. So, your friend is now in jail. What did you say about bail?
200,000 or so. I was there with Maggie when it happened. But the assholes at the precinct didn't budge.
Maggie holds up a hand. It's not nearly going to be nearly that expensive for disturbing the peace charge. What Ken told me.
She's a flight risk. She's already escaped from a mental institution. The
And I
one
think-
run by the assholes. That
And
will in her brain that Ken got her out.
And she has priors too.
No, she doesn't. She's never been arrested. She has no criminal record.
Ken told me that she has a history of violence with mental health.
In a technocratic construct. How much of that do you think went onto police records?
As much as they may want, I don't know.
But the point is, she's never been arrested. She's never been charged with a crime before.
True. However, remember that, they sent her more or less from the hospital to that place, so they may still have a trace of that. Or
Yeah,
at least that she was mentally unstable.
Either way, it's really obvious from spending 5 minutes with Ginger that the girl is completely fucking insane. Like,
Yeah.
she needs help. And because of how she was made like she is, I don't think a normal mental institution is the answer there. Maybe I'm wrong.
I see. So, first of all, is there anything that we can do to get her taken out that's completely above the board? That wouldn't appear strange at all in a normal court of law?
Okay, so apparently Ken said he spoke to the lawyer, and this hearing on the Tuesday, that's to discuss probable cause. So if we can arrange it so they don't have probable cause, but that depends on how many people the police interviewed afterwards where they all saw this shit go down. And it depends on how she acts. At the trial, there's 10 of her. Some of them are psychotic maniacs.
Yeah.
At least one of them is. I've seen it break. Fuck, it broke Violet's ribs just to spite me.
Yeah. She's a total bitch.
Like, if she acts like that in the courtroom.
Yeah.
If it's some of the others, if it's 7 or 8, or really 8, maybe 4, maybe it'll be okay. Maybe she'll be fine. Ken's her legal guardian. It's just about getting bail or something, or I don't know.
I'm
Getting her
not
out for this.
Are you planning on having her run if we do get her bailed out?
I really haven't planned that far ahead.
I don't think that'd be a good idea, Naomi, in all honesty.
If you can get bailed out, that's the important part. Afterwards, we may have to see. It's very possible she'll need a new identity, but I know somebody who's very good at making those.
The girl has 10 identities and an
Yeah.
identity crisis. Changing her face, surely that'll just make it all fucking worse.
The bad part too is if she gets bail and she ever gets caught again, that's it. That's
Yeah,
a game over.
Well,
you're right.
I have a
We
She,
don't-
I need to talk. At the end of the day, here's the brutal truth about Ginger Maggie. Ginger does exactly what I tell her, except for two. They all do exactly what I say. And that's fucked up, and I try and help her make her own decisions.
I got a suggestion.
Hmm.
Yeah?
Talk to the lawyer. How about we, fairly convincingly, given what this person is, convince him to plead insanity?
Because
What?
pleading insanity means that instead of going to jail for 10 years, you get locked in a room with padded walls for your entire life.
Yeah, exactly. But do you know what the difference is between a jail cell and a padded room? Padded
mean-
room and mental institutions. They're not as, what shall we say, vigorous with security as a prison is, and they're not as, what shall we say, screened when it comes to their personnel about who takes bribes and who doesn't.
She was already in one of the mental institutions. I don't think that they will
Yeah.
send her to the
No,
mental.
no.
It
That's a
depends
bad
on what they
idea.
do.
Also, she has
She's
a
never going to
severely
get there.
she has a severely bad reaction to hospitals. That will definitely just make
Yeah.
it all worse.
But that's what I'm saying. She gets, and he does quotations, released to a mental hospital. We pay a mental hospital off to say that she's there. She gets out, and she comes back to wherever, Ken or whoever.
Do you have enough to pay off a mental hospital?
Or do you
That'd
have?
be a lot easier than to convince a jail to do it.
That's a fair point.
If we're all able to put our resources together, we may very well be able to.
Maggie
I mean,
will look over at Violet and Naomi. Do you want to do this that way, or do you want to try at least make the attempt to do it above boards?
If it could be above board, if Ginger could just get out, that would be
Then-
best. But
Maybe we should look into possibly looking for the best lawyer money can buy.
the state lawyer, they're kind of obliged to do the best they possibly can.
Yeah, but public defenders are not exactly the greatest lawyers in the city. In fact, they get paid peanuts compared to private practices. And she'll look to the executor.
Yeah, and they are some of the most likely lawyers to accept a plea bargain. Trust me.
Yeah.
I mean, in she thinks a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how it would work, but I had well, okay, it's fucking complicated, but the person that was guarding me is in the force, so in the worst case scenario, if they still make a condemnation, I could perhaps try to have him as a parole officer if they say, oh yeah, she can go, but she needs to do, public
Like,
services.
you get that he owes you,
Yeah,
but you're not his favorite person right now, Violet.
I'll be the judge of that.
It's fair. I'm just saying, shit
Yeah,
was said.
I
How
know
much-
it was said.
How much right now do you think between me and the other members of our community you think we could pull together to be able to get at least a retainer on a lawyer of that caliber?
I have no fucking idea.
I don't fucking know,
Are
Maggie.
you looking for a lawyer to represent us as a community that we can tap when it may become necessary?
Look, I don't. Naomi and I aside, I don't have any bad blood with Ginger. She's a good kid, from what I can tell. I don't want to see her put in a box because she'll just die in a place like that.
Yeah, no, he's
So,
right.
if I can, I've got enough liquid assets that I could probably live off the graces of my chantry for a while, if I have to. Or either that or put myself to the grindstone working for them. But either way,
At the end
I
of the
can
day,
contribute it.
I'm building the chantry out of shoestring hopes and favors from Ken and Violet.
Mm,
Everything I own, I'm wearing or is in that building.
I
Then
mean,
I've got good in
mm,
with some of the other mages. Maybe I can talk to them.
At the end of the day,
not great.
her brother is the Hermetic Master, Edwin, and he's been talking good shit for months about helping her.
Can't he shit gold?
But we need to be able to
But
do
he's
this.
done nothing.
We need to also be able to do this in a way that can't be pointed to being magical first. Because if
Yeah.
people grow suspicious of how things happen, that is when not only we may put sleepers in danger, but also technocrats may come knocking.
Okay.
So let's start with first finding a good defender. Maggie, do
Yes.
you know of any places that you can look, and would you be able to get the funds to get that kind of thing?
I'd have to put myself up for some favors, I think, with the Chakravanti, but maybe.
Then I'm going to assign that to you. We need her to get a good defender who will fervently represent hers and our interests. So that will be your job, okay? Can I trust you to do that?
Yeah.
Thank you. The Cult of Ecstasy appreciates your cooperation.
From what I
Well,
understand, our traditions seem to get on pretty well.
which tradition are you part of?
I have recently become an apprentice to Rose of the Chakravanti, the Temple of the Wheel.
I see. Congratulations. And
Thank you.
she will look over at George. Now tell us more about this idea of bribing the asylums.
Well, just spitballing here, but I was thinking, I know a couple of guys. They had children at a fairly young age, and well, some of their daughters and some of their should we say kids, they get a little out of line, so they get locked into juvenile hall and mental because some of them were fucked up. And he, from all the drugs, and he looks over at Naomi when he says that.
Does anyone want a perception empathy at Naomi?
Always.
4.
I got 3.
Nah, I got one.
Naomi is actually crying at this point.
Maggie just looks over at Naomi. She doesn't reach out or anything, but she's like,
Now, some of them had standards. Some of them had, you know, there was a room, everything was on the books, but there was no one in the room. And people didn't care. But on the books, this person was in that mental institution for 6 months and was released without ever being in the room. So I'm guessing someone was paid to look the other way. And, you know, given that apparently we were able to do stuff, I mean, if it's just one or two people, we might not even need to bribe them. We might be able to convince them. You know,
Mm.
I've heard that you guys, you know, I'm very new at this, but I don't know, can maybe convince people of stuff. Well, might even be easy. not, well, we just find a place where we have this understanding. Just an idea.
I see. Do you know what kind of things we would need to gather to make this happen too? Just in case the defender doesn't work out?
Well, I can make some calls.
Okay. I'd like you to find more information on that so that we can start our backup plan. Were there any other ideas that people had?
Hold on a second. I've got, you know, I would love to help and all, but why? I mean, I got a lot of stuff. I have to make sure that no one finds out, about me and this stuff, and make sure that my apartment is secure. I have a lot of stuff to look out for. I really don't see.
I'd
I mean,
like to give you the answer that it's the right thing to do, or that it's another mage in peril. But if you require actual payment, I'm sure the Cult of Ecstasy can work something out with you.
Name your price.
I'm just thinking, you know. Truth be told, I'm still not quite sure that this is all real. I'm still thinking I might be crazy, but that seems to be a fool. So,
Get to the point.
no, I'll think about it. But yeah, I'll set some wheels in motion. But yeah, okay, okay.
Alright then, great. If you need any assistance with setting this up, please let me know and I'll do my best. And then she'll look over at Naomi and at Violet. Were there any ideas that you two had that you think could help us out? Oh, and Lee, you three.
To be honest, no. Other than making sure it's the right ginger that turns up. If it's the right one that's there on the trial date, I can make her feel calmer in the courtroom. But and I've got somewhere that people won't come to keep her afterwards.
Is there anything that you can do to try to ensure that it is the right ginger?
We've been working on something, but
Yeah.
yeah, we need to talk to Edwin.
I think that may be a very good idea.
Mm.
If you can work that out, then we may be able to go without even having to deal with the hospital. But if the wrong ginger shows up, then we can fall back on the plan that George had with bribing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's he points over at Naomi vaguely. Uh, is this only the whole thing with this ginger person, or are you don't look too good?
None of your business.
Uh, we are all being hunted by the same people. Everyone keeps saying your stability, and you're able to rational and be somewhat stable and collected.
George,
It's in my business.
George,
Drop it.
it'll be
George,
fine.
George, I solemnly promise that what I'm going through won't kill you.
All right, all right, all right. Fine, fine.
Yeah. But as for that kind of actual real world pull, I don't have that. That's not something I can do.
Yeah, as for me, well, I'm not. Well, I kind of explained to you the situation. I'm not sure of what I can pull with the people that I used to live with.
Then for you too. It'll be really important that you keep the cult of ecstasy together and united, and ensure that you can speak to Edwin and keep things open between mages. Naomi,
Yeah.
I've been told that you are acting as leader by several people. Can I trust you to head this?
What? And Naomi is going to look bewildered at Violet.
Violet is just making her best poker face.
No, Violet should be in charge.
What? What? No, 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 nope, nope. No way. No fucking way. No. I don't even know the first thing. Like, no.
Oh, for fuck's
I'll
sake.
do what I can for Ginger, but
I'll do it, okay? This is fucking ridiculous.
wait, hold on a fucking minute.
What?
Like,
What the fuck are you talking about?
you're not a member of the Cult of Ecstasy.
Well, alright, fine. Wobble around and be indecisive and have no idea what you're gonna do. Fine by me. But
Maggie's just kind of blinking.
Violet is looking bewildered.
I think we found anti-Naomi here.
Well, thank you, I guess.
you can sort out your own shit, or you can make me have at least some idea where we're going and how we're gonna do it. But that's fine. Listen,
While your offer's very generous, your organizational skills and stuff will be very appreciated. But I'm asking Naomi if she would like to leave the Cult of Ecstasy for the moment.
that sounds so weird. The Cult of Ecstasy. What is this? Like some 70s porno or something?
It's one of the 9
If you'd
mystic
prefer to
traditions.
address us, if you'd prefer to address us by another title, we also accept Sahajiya.
Or the Seers of Kronos.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. The
We're
people
one of
who
the
like
9
drugs. Got it.
We're one of the 9 mystic traditions that governs mage society. We're the oldest tradition, and we're the one that founded the council.
Well, okay. George looks a little bewildered. Yeah, I've heard that once before, but still have no idea what the fuck any of this means, but alright.
If you had been polite when we first met, then I'd have explained it to you.
Yet if you had been such a bitch, I might actually have listened to you.
Then don't treat people like
Okay.
Maggie's just kind
I
of
think
leaning.
Stop.
I think we got the idea of how you guys work. I think that's enough.
George,
You should stop insulting people.
you're not helping the situation right now.
Totally.
It's me.
And it's not about
insulting.
you. It's not about her. It points to Naomi. It's not about me. It's about someone who's got a really bum hand right now and needs help. Are you in or out? Because honestly, your attitude's being extremely counterproductive to it. If you want to help, it's much appreciated. If you don't, and all you want to do is argue with Naomi, walk out. Now. Because the rest of us have work to do.
I'll help out. I'll begin to prep Plan B or whatever.
Good. Naomi, you've
He
got
mumbles something that's not really comprehensible. The point is just...
Maggie looks over to Naomi and Violet. You two have got the more difficult job of dealing with Edwin and trying to make sure that Ginger's in the right state of mind when this all goes down.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this goes.
You know what? Fuck it, I found a chantry. I'm building a fucking chantry. Viola, if you fucking want me to do this, then I'll do this. I don't like
You're
being in
kind
charge of
of
shit.
you're kind of teaching me already. Like you helped me more than a supposedly, master of Chantry ever did, and at least you never, did something that I didn't want to, contrary to certain people. So if I have to follow someone, or at least to say, hey, yeah, that's yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll lead the cult of ecstasy in New York for whatever that counts for.
Great. And I'll be here for support if you need it.
Thanks.
And she will look over at Luke and Violet. Was there anything you two wanted to add?
And she shakes her head. Oh, I think having to deal with Edwin and making sure that Ginger stays okay, I think is going to be, yeah. I'm ready to work on my task. I'm not letting my friends down.
Great. And we'll all try to be there for Ginger's court date? Yes? She looks around.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Luke looks at the Leanne and says, "My lady, I did not know that you were someone who would be able to talk for the cult of ecstasy. It's a pleasure to meet with you again."
She'll smile and extend a hand. It's very nice to meet you too.
He holds her hand, shakes it, and smiles really kindly.
She'll smile back and then pull her head back. Great. She looks over at Naomi and smiles. This should put us in a much better position than we were before.
It's a bit of a hole right now, but the new chantry we're building, it's called Oblivion, is kind of... I thought the name was a cool take on the Lakashim. It's in a warehouse in the bottom of Staten Island. Like I say, it's kind of a shithole if you want to visit it.
Yeah, I'll be sure to drop by.
It's our little shithole.
Naomi,
Yeah.
talk to a couple of my friends that you wanted me to talk.
Yeah.
The deal that he doesn't say deal, sorry. The thing that I'm going to do is going to be done really soon. He smiles and nods to her.
Awesome. Thanks.
No problem.
It's taken a bit longer to get, like, the place livable in the inside, like, with, like, power hosing and stuff, so... Thanks. No
Yeah,
rush.
I hope we get finally finished with this part. I can't just wait to get my hand on those walls.
Yeah. It'll be cool. So, yeah. I guess kind of thanks everyone for cleaning up my shit.
That's what we do. We support each other. When when it's really important like this, we need as much help from any other Machina as we can get.
I do have one very pertinent question. Naomi,
Yeah.
you said that she has ties to the Gray Men, correct? Or that they've been after her before?
She was made by them.
How much can we depend on the fact that they either have given up on her or bank on the fact that they may try and fuck this all up?
I've banked my life on it more than once.
Yeah.
As is Violet. As is Ken. We
Yeah.
went to the spaceship where they made her. We blew it up.
Mm. And
We raided the
also,
place, the lab beneath the subway.
yeah.
We killed the technocrats there. We destroyed all the machines.
Do we think there's a possibility that they're going to come after her now?
I
There's
honestly don't know.
There's always possibility.
But the program is effectively defunct.
Yeah. They
Killing
were.
her is more tying up a loose end than rebuilding the program.
Yeah. They were all dead up there.
Yeah. Seven was the only survivor of the unit that they made. The reason she's mad is because it ended up downloading all of them into her brain. She's 10 people in one head.
And most of them don't even realize that they're dead.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Answers a lot of questions about her.
But yeah.
On another note, when we all walk out of here, she'll just kind of look at Naomi. Some things I want to ask you in private.
Sure. I'll stick around if everyone leaves. Or we can go to an alley or something.
No, right here's fine. Besides, I haven't finished my coffee. She'll hold up her mug.
Okay. So yeah. I think we've all got shit to do.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping. And kind of less thanks for putting me in charge, but shit happens, right?
You'll notice that George has fumbled with his phone, and he just, as you're done talking, he just smiles. He just, yeah, right. Leanne, so about that drive, you in?
Yeah, of course.
All right, let's go.
I'm
And
just gonna roll perception. And did he just flirt with her?
there might have been something like that in it.
God damn it.
And before they go, Leanne's actually going to scribble down her number on one of the napkins she was using to build the waffle house that she didn't even eat. And she'll leave it on the table. You guys can contact me here. Good luck. And she is going to head off towards George.
He will smile and just give a nod to everyone else, and the two of them will leave. And not too long after they've left, a sports car high-end car, can be heard leaving the area.
Violet is going to look at them leaving and just going to turn to Luke. Well, someone's after that ass.
I get he's helping. And I really appreciate his helping. But that guy's a fucking cunt.
Luke nods to Violet, nods to Naomi in agreement.
Maggie just sips her coffee and very, very calmly states, "He creeps me out."
Treats people like whores.
Money does that to people. They think that everybody is viable.
Ugh.
I hope he's right about the people that who he said they're viable.
I mean, if I'm based on what people say about salaries in those institutions, eh, I guess the only downside is if he finds someone who actually believes in his work.
If nothing else, we can probably screen for people. See who's more likely to be tempted.
Yeah.
Background checks and things like that. Credit checks, that sort of thing.
Maybe one of the people that we need to, persuade needs different persuasions.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Right now, it's a bridge we haven't even walked up to yet.
We're gonna have to dive in on something that Edwin had just been working out. Fuck.
What are you thinking about?
Do you remember what the drugs did?
I'm sorry, Duncan, what the what?
Do you remember when she was taking the medication?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
That was based on magic, right? That was
Yeah.
Taz.
There was Taz in it, yeah?
Edwin's got to be able to do the same sort of shit.
Hmm.
The issue is getting it to her.
Don't want to get it to her. That shit does things. But if we can at least just start flicking, like, at least pointing her in the right direction.
Hmm.
Get it to stay calm.
Yeah, or I mean, just even, I guess, personality pills?
Like I said, they're not going to let us hand anything off to her.
I mean, technically, her lawyer, I mean, he can, if we get the lawyer, I mean, the lawyer can ask for, a medication or some shit.
If this lawyer is going to be strictly mundane, then that's probably going to be a problem. Us just handing over a nondescript bottle of pills that's not screened is not going to exactly scream to our credibility.
I think the correspondence thing. I think just pulling the levers remotely as best we can. I think that's what we need to do. We don't need a long-term fix right now.
Yeah.
All right.
We need a short-term fix. We can build up the long-term fix together or later.
All I gotta hope is that she doesn't do anything stupid while incarcerated.
Pray every day. But yeah. Alright.
I will have to leave. I was going for lunch and I still have 30 minutes.
I'll be 10 minutes, Violet.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. I'm going to take a coffee and just sip it at the entrance. You can do your talking. Whatever.
See you later, everybody. Any nods to everyone?
Bye, Luke.
and then he fucks off.
Maggie takes a sip from her cup, looking out the window. You're looking rough.
I am. And I'll be honest, Maggie. I am. Like I said, I'm sorry.
Look,
And I'm
Look.
really grateful that you're helping me here.
She'll look over at Naomi, sort of like, directly eye to eye. I'm tired of fighting.
So surrender.
I'm gonna have to roll perception empathy because I don't know what you mean by that out of character. Or I have an idea, but
Botch.
not today, Satan. Not today.
Not today.
That's 4 successes.
From the slight exhaustion, the edge of spite in Naomi's voice, Naomi's exhausted voice, with a touch of spite in what she was saying earlier,
Mm-hmm.
it's about taking blame.
Blame for this particularly or for their past?
Their past. Well, just generally. It's specific. Naomi's not in a great state and communication is difficult.
Yeah. Fine. I fucked up. At the end of the day, it was my choice to do it. And I don't know. I'm never going to be able to make that up to you, ever. But I am sorry. That night was not my intent to hurt you. And I was wrong.
It's fucked up. It's really fucked up.
Yeah, no. But let's face it. I'm a fucked up person. You're a fucked up person. Nobody makes it through life without making some sort of fucked up mistake or some fucked up choice. It's just part of being. But I'm honest when I say I'm tired of fighting with you. I don't want to have to go through however much time I've got left in this city, constantly worrying about if I see you on a street corner, are we going to break down and just have a fight right there? I don't wish you any ill will. And we don't have to like each other, but I just want a peaceful coexistence.
I was never going to fight you. I told Ginger that to keep her safe from you. Because you didn't take responsibility properly. It means a lot to say that, to hear you say that though. Because your apology before you didn't. I don't know if the Chakravanti have helped.
I have a good mentor. And I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Is that Ken's poker buddy?
Yeah. How you play poker with a woman like that, I have no idea. I'd never be able to get a good read on her.
You managed to get a good read on Ken ever?
Sometimes.
I'm inside his head all the time.
He's a person who cares. I know that much. Not about me or anything, but he has a strong commitment to duty from what I can see.
It does.
what the motivation behind that is. It doesn't seem all that important, you know?
He's
The
very
results speak.
He's very devout.
But, like, you're going through the same thing I went through after I was detoxing. I don't know how capable you are of fixing it, but if you want, I can try.
No. You went
All right.
through it. You know it's not real if someone cheats. This is my fight. Maybe I'll win, maybe I'll lose. I don't fucking know.
Having been through it, I really hope that you come out the other side okay. It's awful.
It's feeling pretty shit, but make sure nothing too bad happens to Ken when he's in the Chantry.
I'm not living there right now, but I'll make sure to stop in more often. If he's going through the same symptoms as you,
Not as severe, but yeah,
I'll make sure he stays hydrated.
like I say, maybe I'll win, maybe I won't, and like I say, Mackie, we don't have to be friends, and quite frankly, I don't think I want to be your friend, and I don't think you want to be mine.
Don't think it would work out in any event if we tried.
Yeah, but I know you've been through the shit. At least I know someone will understand if I don't get through.
One day at a time. Just remember that. As campy as it sounds, remembering that helps.
Until it kills you.
That's what it's going to do. Either you're going to come out on the other side or it's going to kill you. There is no in between.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got to go start doing research on lawyers. There's got to be one in the city.
Talk to a wizard master and convince him to actually get off his ass for the first time and actually help his sister beyond taking her for fish and chips.
That, and she sort of scoots back from the table, taking a last sip out of the coffee and putting some bills on the table. That is going to be one of the hardest parts of this.
Yeah. There's the other option that... Do you know how disconnected from reality that guy is?
Considering he's been doing this a lot longer than I have and how I was before I met Rose, I can only imagine.
What do you think the odds are he just wants to teleport her out of there and change her face forever? And think that'll solve all the problems?
75% chance at least.
Yeah.
We're going to have to convince him to do it our way.
Yeah. Hey. Naomi gives a very weak smile. Her first of the whole afternoon. From a certain point of view, I outrank him right now. I've heard there's a higher end King Hermetic walking about in the city.
Haven't met him yet. Figure it out. Don't worry.
And Naomi will look over her shoulder at the scream. Violent, like, fuck, I should go deal with that. Violet.
Maggie. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just Violet. Channeling. Remember what we talked about?
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Currently, Violet is outside throwing coffee at someone's face and screaming at him. Like, I'm not even here anymore. I'm just outside waiting for you to finish your conversation.
Yeah, and that's what Naomi's seeing, and it's just been like. So he's going out to go and deal with Violet.
Maggie just kind of shakes her head, takes the last sip of coffee, and makes her way out to make sure she catches the right bus.
And with that, we will end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watch, for watching. See you again.